What if I told you that your own brain is lying to you every single time you see someone you want to talk to? Let's be real. Have you ever seen someone you really liked across the room, but suddenly your feet felt like they were stuck in wet cement? Your heart starts racing, your stomach drops, and that little voice in your head whispers, "Wait, not yet, maybe tomorrow." I used to sit on the sidelines watching someone else talk to the person I wanted to talk to. Most of us look at people who can walk up to anyone, anywhere, and we think they are just built differently. We tell ourselves they were born with some magical confidence gene that we didn't get. I used to tell myself, that's just my personality. But that is the most expensive lie you will ever believe, because the science doesn't say confidence is something you have. It says confidence is something you do. Approaching someone isn't a genetic talent, it's a simple skill, and your brain responds to a very specific set of steps every single time. Here is what actually works. Trick number 1, warm up the room before you start. Here is something most people never realize until they look at the science. Jumping into a conversation with a total stranger out of nowhere usually fails. Not because you said the wrong thing, but because it feels like a shock to the other person's brain. You go from 0 to full social interaction in a split second, and their brain panics. The fix is simple. You need a tiny, low-pressure interaction before the real one. Make brief eye contact and give a small smile before you walk over. Just acknowledge them in a tiny way. Let their brain register you as a safe, friendly person before you even say a single meaningful word. When I started doing this, it changed everything. By the time I actually walked over, I wasn't a stranger anymore. I was already someone they had noticed. That one tiny difference completely changes the vibe of the first 30 seconds. Trick number 2, say the scary thing out loud. I know this sounds totally backward. I spent years trying to act cool. I tried to hide every single drop of sweat and anxiety before I walked up to someone. Look unbothered, give nothing away, but acting cool just makes it worse. The effort of hiding your nerves drains all your brain power, leaving you stiff and awkward in the actual conversation. Harvard research shows a simple cheat code. Just say what you are feeling out loud. It instantly kills the anxiety. If you just say, "I'll be honest, I almost talked myself out of coming over here," it does something magical. It drops the tension in the room. It makes you instantly human. And more importantly, it makes the other person feel chosen rather than targeted. People who make others feel chosen become instantly attractive every single time. Trick number 3, be a detective, not a performer. I used to walk up to people trying to look impressive, and I cringe just thinking about it now. When you try to impress someone, they can feel that energy before you even finish your first sentence. It feels fake, it feels tense, and it completely kills the vibe before the conversation can even breathe. The exact opposite of that is curiosity. I mean real, genuine, unhurried curiosity about who this person actually is. Studies show that people who ask questions because they actually want to know the answer, not just to hear themselves talk, are consistently rated as way more attractive and intelligent. I shifted from "let me show you who I am" to "I actually want to know who you are." And it changed the entire texture of every first conversation I had. Because people do not fall for impressive, they fall for interested. Trick number 4, use their name. This is so simple, but almost nobody does it right. Science shows that hearing your own name activates a deeply personal response in the brain. It signals recognition, safety, and connection. It is the most powerful sound in any language to the person it belongs to. So, once you get their name, use it. Just use it once naturally. Don't say it over and over because that gets creepy and uncomfortable really fast. Just weave it into a normal sentence. Saying, "That's actually a great point, Sarah," creates an instant, personal connection that most people fail to build in an entire first conversation. And here is the final truth. This is what I needed someone to tell me years ago. Walking up to someone is not the scary part. Regret is the scary part. The version of you that walks away without saying a word, goes home, and replays that moment in your head for days. That is the version that actually hurts. The conversation itself, it only lasts a few minutes. It's just two humans talking. The worst realistic outcome is a polite chat that goes nowhere. But the best outcome, it changes everything. Choosing to say something instead of walking away has led to some of the most meaningful connections in my life. And it all started with one step, one sentence, and one moment where I decided that the other person was worth the 30 seconds of discomfort it took to reach them. Subscribe. More of this coming every week.